Last night I saw a superhero. He was black. He said, "This is for the hood. Black Lightning's black."
The name of this episode was Crossroads. We opened up with Jennifer, or JJ. She's reminiscing off a young boy, because as we all remember, he passed away, unfortunately, in the last episode.
Don't cry. Light of the world.
Jefferson comes in and, he mentions that, therapy has been working for him and Lynn. And I'm like, they should have been had JJ in therapy I don't know what happened to old girl from Living Single, why she isn't, giving Jen the therapy anymore.
I don't know.
He confesses or confides in her that he actually saw the death of her grandfather.
Beat him to death while I hid under the bed and watched.
And that's something that he never told her before. Like, we knew as an audience, but his family members never knew. Gambi and hot girl grandma, they're discussing the Prometheus. And, they're in his apartment.
The least you could do is explain how Promethium and my emitter are connected to the stolen metagene.
But it's not my secret to tell.
Anissa and Grace are also there, and they figured out that this facility in this company called
Event Horizons.
They kind of devised a plan to get in there because, as we know, they are sans powers. They have no powers, but they're trying to see what they can do at this point because, they got to get the bad guy still. They got to see what's going on. And then Gambi comes out with like this brick of a computer, like something from like 1985.
Oh, Gambi.
Apparently it is like he's been like harvesting viruses from like, Y2K or whatever the heck. And that's their plan to kind of go into that facility, blow it up, and put this virus on their system. Tobias gets a call from the Shadow Board. Now, the Shadow Board, I was talking to one of my friends about it, and he was saying how the Shadow Board is like very underwhelming looking. He's talking about it look like a board of grandpas.
Get off my lawn.
Tobias gets this call from them, and they're pretty much like, yo.
Shadow Board does not tolerate failure. Your seat has been rescinded.
Bias. He's like, oh, word. So he snaps his fingers, and an assassin comes out of nowhere and kills off one of the board members. And Tobias said, look,
I now control who has meta powers and who doesn't.
they can be anywhere I want them to be. So either you let me on the board and say I'm like, the CEO, or it's about to be a problem.
I loved it because that was just another way of Tobias just wielding his power. As soon as they said no, all right, but you know what?
Mm-hmm.
He'll snap his finger 3 times and bomb, got him.
Got him!
Bad gal Lynn, she's been, breaking all the rules lately, so she gets her ankle monitor off. Jefferson comes in with this bright idea of, hey, why don't we erase Tobias's memory?
Like you did with those cops that tried to arrest you when you were helping the violinist. Yes.
And I'm like, why is he just coming up with this? And remember on the first episode, I think Vic brought it up.
When did he turn into Professor Xavier and start wiping heads?
I don't know.
What are those?
Meta boosters. They grant ordinary human beings meta powers for a 72-hour period.
She has the meta boosters, right? That Tobias told her to use last episode. And it's very Project Power. Like, how the officers were like taking the pills to get powers to fight off the metas or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what she's like, yo, Detective Tupac, I need you to give these to your boys so they can fight on the streets of Freeland, right?
Do you really want to do that to officers under your command?
He was able to convince Chief Lopez that you know, give him some time to do it without the meta boosters. And we get a little sprinkle of backstory of, you know, of her, because apparently she was married and her meta husband lost his mind.
I'm sorry about what happened to your husband. Meta powers destroyed him and your family. Powers poisoned his mind and made him kill your brothers.
That's why she has like this hatred towards metas.
You win, Tobias. My family needs the money, so I'm ready to sign over the deed to my father's house.
Jeff no longer has money. Broke. He's broke boy right now, so he needs to sell his daddy's house to get some funds. And that's kind of like his trap, like he's trying to lead him into a trap low-key so he can wipe his memory. JJ wants TC to track Red so she can kind of take out her revenge on him.
Can you track Red old school?
Because, you know, he killed young boy, so she's like, look, we gotta make it right.
I had Red murder Uriah. I plan to take Red from him tonight.
Gambit introduces her grandma to Lynn. Lynn spills the beans about the whole family.
My family are metas, and I'm trying to track down the emitter that took away their powers so they can protect this city.
And I'm like, girl, why are you so yabby at the mouth? And low key, it's not Lynn's secret to tell either, because she don't got no powers, so she's pretty much.
I mean, can we all agree that Lynn has been kind of off the rails this whole season anyway? Like her doing all that, like when she did that, I said, okay. I feel like she said it just to be like, hey, let me just tell you who we are as people.
This is the scene that I was like, even Jack was we was in the group chat like,
oh my, this is stupendous. Wow, what a great show.
It's about to go down. So, Khalil's driving in the van. They get, you know, I guess they run over some tax or something. Negro ninjas in the road waiting for Khalil to come out so they can like start wrecking. Yes. It cuts the commercial break.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Get back from commercial break and the fight breaks out. And it was the coolest fight. At the end of the fight, Painkiller was able to use his poison against Negro Ninja.
You cheated.
R.I.P. Negro Ninja. And I'm kind of sad to see him go. Like, I enjoyed him as a villain.
I'm happy the way that he died. Like, because I mean, like, there's one more episode left. Clearly, this guy's going to go. The fact that Khalil was the one to kill him, I like that.
Anissa and Grace kind of like have this debate.
Those mothers did everything they could to protect their babies.
That's exactly why I think we should tell them.
Now, if there is nothing we can do to fix it, why let them live the rest of their lives with this trauma?
I was one of the mothers. I'm not sure I would want to know. I don't think I would want to know, especially considering there's nothing you can do about it. Like, you know, but.
And I think what Grace was even pointing out is like it's trauma that they don't even need.
Steph and Lynn have like, you know, their reconciliation. He comes up with the will. He's like, look.
It's my updated will. I wanted to make sure that things were in order before I go see Tobias.
Just in case things go bad, you know, here's my new and updated will. And I'm like, dang, maybe she should have remarried him because, you know, then she can get like the insurance money.
I'm getting ready to go back to bed on a fucking California king, asshole. And you're sleeping on a fucking air mattress. An air mattress. Oh my God. It takes you 30 minutes to go to sleep at night because you got to blow that big bitch up with your hot ass breath.
Because right now she's unprotected. She's an unmarried woman. Her kids will be okay. But what about Lynn? She's a convict. She might not be able to find a job after this. She needs this insurance money today.
It's my money and I need it now.
You talk about she's not going to be taken care of. You talk about Lawyer Man from the Fifth Floor. He's going to take care of her.
Oh, facts. He's going to come swoop in.
That's exactly what she deserves for being a selfish thought.
No, not a thought. First of all, she's a classy woman. We love Lynn over here. Team Lynn should just be on that dumb sometimes.
About how you go always make me laugh type of shit. Get out of here with all your entertaining. Shoot fly.
Oh,
Lynn.
no.
Well, if Jeff forgives her, we can forgive her as well. Khalil was able to convince Looker to testify against Tobias.
You're the linchpin of Tobias's whole plan. Testify.
So he called up Detective Tupac. They met halfway because, you know, he don't want to get too close into Freeland because then he'll be to not only find JJ or Jennifer, he'll be tempted to kill the Pierces because he still has that like initiative in his brain as far as Painkiller goes. Lightning has, she powers up in the ionosphere and she finds Red. Now, Red and her engage in like this fight. And her power starts to fritz out and you're like, oh crap, you know, it's not working. You know, she about to be, you know, done for. But it was like, you know, it was a fight. It was a tactic she used to kind of get him off guard. So her powers were working. She zapped him. His little bracelet fell off. So now he ain't got no powers. And he's low-key begging for mercy. He's like, yo,
I surrender. Don't kill me.
She's like debating if she's not going to kill him or not. And I'm like, she should have killed this guy. She should have killed him. We find out later that she turns him into Detective Kamala Harris. But I think she should have killed him. He killed young boy with no problem. Eye for an eye. He should have died right there in the streets, the same way young boy died. But
that's the Jefferson and her kicking in.
I guess. But had she had listened to the superior in her, she would have never put into the chain of events that made Chief Lopez go crazy at the bureau.
Daddy, chill.
She can't handle the fact that, you know, Lightning was able to record her via a live stream.
You and the other Metafilth deserve to be wiped from the face of the earth.
Live feed, Chief Lopez.
She's spazzing out, like she's in there knocking stuff over, knocking over pictures, and she injects herself with the Meta boosters. So I'm like, what's going to happen here? Like, is she about to turn into like the Hulk or something? Like, you know, what's going on?
She's not going to be the Hulk. She's going to be the thing that the Hulk fought in that movie, The Abomination.
We did it. We did it, Joe.
Jefferson meets Tobias at his daddy's house, walks in the house, Tobias is there, and hands over the papers.
Everything is here. Just sign the deed.
While Tobias is looking over the paperwork, Jefferson very much obviously slips on this device.
You already know.
I feel like he just could have did this more discreetly, but it was really like right up, like just obvious. And Tobias was ready and waiting for it, like proceeded to get his A kicked like through the last 10 minutes of the episode. Like I've been saying from the beginning of this show.
She's been saying it for the longest.
Always loses the fight. I'm like, I just want one fight where Black Lightning beats somebody off the first try.
To be fair, in this particular moment, you're talking about Jefferson without powers facing a full-powered Tobias world. Tobias was just, I mean, he beat him up so badly. I really did feel bad. Jefferson just wanted to like wear them soft shoes, you know, the grandpa nines, and just rub ice on his back. I mean, he's just an old man.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Yeah, he's older, but I'm like, he still got some kick in him. He's still giving Zaddy vibes.
Kick. The only thing kicking is the kickstand that's keeping him standing on his 2 feet.
I'm back to Lightning. She's warmed up some day old spaghetti in the microwave, and she gets a call from Jeff. She thinking it's her dad, and it's Tobias.
Why do you have Dad's phone?
Jefferson Pierce is dead.
The big cliffhanger of the show says that Jeff is dead. We see Jeff. He looks like he's dead. I'm like, do y'all think he's dead? I don't know, but that's what they're leading with, and I'm like, yo, I don't know what to say.
I love how they ended it off like that. I really do like that. I like that a lot.
No, I think it's a setup. I think it's a setup for Black Lightning to come back in a big way and end up killing Tobias, and then or them figuring out a way to them just to move forward into the Khalil show.
Thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share our videos. If you enjoy our videos, make sure to share it with your friends. And meet us here next week for the final episode of Black Lightning. Yeah.
It's so hard.
Oh no.
Bye.